Hello, cold caramel chocolate from the fridge. There are some controversial truths about crypto that no one is going to tell you but me. You're going to learn about them today. I'm telling you this because I love you. I don't want you to get trapped. Some might call me crazy. My slippers are extra fluffy. I do own a nice pair of mittens. I own fluffy socks too. And I do this 18 hours a day. I love every minute of it. And I'm talking to you from a dusty room. Look at this. Controversial truths. You're not going to get this anywhere. We're going to read this together. Bitcoin maximalists. So Bitcoin only people. 100% Bitcoin portfolio people won't tell you that Bitcoin does its job at $50,000. There is no need for a $1 million USD Bitcoin price to police the world currencies. Because that's actually what it is, friends. Bitcoin is a police on world government and fiat. Bitcoin's number only goes up because it's capturing the excess liquidity of money supply printing out there. That's the whole number go up narrative. But it's been doing this for 13, 14, 15 years. It's slowing down. So what do we do now, Habibi? Well, there's different developers who are trying to make layers and applications. But unfortunately, they're slow. They're losing to Ethereum and EVM and other chains. But they're in denial. Now, the Bitcoin camp, they say, no, we're winning because we are like truly decentralized. But no one really cares. It's like you opened up a burger shop next to McDonald's and you say, no. Everyone's going to actually realize the McDonald's Big Mac, it's actually like really unhealthy. We're using higher quality tomatoes and sauce and beef patty. And so it's so unhealthy in McDonald's that everyone's actually going to like pass away and just die. And they're actually going to come to us. I promise you, you think that's tongue in cheek, but that is actually the Bitcoin maxi argument. Yes, they do believe that all of Ethereum and altcoins, everything else is going to crumble to zero and all the money eventually is going to rotate to Bitcoin. I'm not making this up. You don't believe me? Please put your slippers on, go over to Bitcoin Maxis, go watch their podcasts, go to their forums, talk to the communities, talk to them on Twitter. I promise you, that's actually the argument, okay? So a lot of people get excited and they see, well, Ethereum is probably going to be the winner. I think, yeah, it is, but does that mean Ethereum's price has to go up? What if EVM is the winner? The Ethereum virtual machine. What if MetaMask and everyone forking Ethereum is the winner? The game's getting harder, friends. We're going to read the next segment together. These is controversial truths. So we've just went through Bitcoin. And now everyone knows this, by the way. So I'm ahead of the crowd. So the crowd has just figured out, oh my God, we don't actually really need Bitcoin to do the next wave of innovation. We don't need them. But I'm sorry, I'm now going to break the paradigm again. I'm going to just snap it in half. Look at the next part. We're going to read this together. Ethereum maxis won't tell you that Ethereum is only needed as a decentralized public island for dApps. It doesn't actually need to go to $10,000. So because of the limit of character spaces here, I'm going to flesh it out for you, friends. Ethereum is a public good. So a decentralized public island. What this means is, if you are in, let's say, Nigeria or Chad, somewhere in Africa, and you're being oppressed and you can't find work and your government's corrupt, well, maybe you know how to be a developer. Maybe you have skills that can work through the internet. You can deploy applications. You can work through crypto to help build yourself up. And if you are not welcome anywhere out there in a public blockchain that requires KYC, right, because your country's under oppression, well, Ethereum exists for you. It will be there as the decentralized public island. It's like a continent on Earth. Ethereum's going to sit there. It's like, hey, do you live in a country where you can't get KYC anything? Maybe you're from Iran. Maybe your passport's banned everywhere. You can't get into proper exchanges. Well, you can deploy applications, participate in the new wave of the future on Ethereum. So, interesting. Bitcoin can police the world by being $50,000. And Ethereum can do exactly what it does by being like $3,000. It never actually has to go up beyond that point. And I know this is so controversial and everyone is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You are now blowing my mind too much. I am offended. And if you say that, I say, well, please, you're going to be offended on my channel. You better not have a slanted back. You're going to sit up straight and we're going to go through some charts. I'm going to show you this. This is why they're controversial, okay? This is why when I put a little light bulb emoji here, it makes you think. Because look, man, Bitcoin, it's done its job, friends. Look, it was going up heaps and then big and then great and then good and now, sorry. That's right. I'm sorry. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. There you go. I've got a poopy emoji there. But to pay respects, I'm going to have a double rocket emoji here. 1 and then 2. So, once upon a time, Bitcoin was a double rocket emoji. Combo right there. And now it's a poopy. Okay? So, interesting. As Bitcoin's price goes up, the Bitcoin maxis, they got to get you to hold. So, the crowd will channel different narratives. And what they'll say is, they'll say, well, by the way, if you've been paying attention, what I'm about to say, you'll know it's 100% true because you've heard it. They'll say, well, now that Bitcoin is like this big, it's actually cheap because it's now on the books of institutions. They're now allowed to buy into Bitcoin. It's above 1 trillion and they're only allowed to buy stuff minimum 1 trillion in size. What a fantastic, beautiful load of bullocks that is. Isn't that such a beautiful fairy tale? You know, that's like saying, wow, yes, officer, I know I've had like 15 drinks and I'm driving, but actually, did you know after like the 10th drink, I got so drunk that it actually neutralized me being drunk. I'm actually sober now. So when I had my 11th, 12th and 13th drink, it actually filtered me out. How's that going to work? You honestly think that's true? I don't think that's true. But I like how I like that the imagination ran so wild. It's actually put there. Yes. Another thing, they say, well, now that Bitcoin's up this much, countries have to print and buy up Bitcoin on the down low. And then when they do it, it's going to be a game of musical chairs. There's not enough chairs. All the governments are going to print and someone's going to buy it secretly. You know what? I think it might actually happen. I do. But I want you to know it doesn't need to. Okay? It doesn't need to happen for us to win. Crypto does not need Bitcoin to be the police at $1 million. All right? It can be the police at 50K. Now, we all win unless you are leverage, turbo, giga-long Bitcoin. Because think about it. If Bitcoin does its job, like if you're in a street and let's say everybody's robbing each other in the street and everybody's fighting, you don't need more than just like a cop to just stroll by. Maybe a cop comes, cleans it up. You just need a cop to walk by like once a week. Once a week, the cops drive by. You don't actually need the army to come in with a tank and just point it at everyone's house and say, hey, you know, you start robbing everyone, we're going to blow you up. You don't actually need that. You just need like an officer to come in. Well, what if Bitcoin does its officer job here? Right, let's change this poopy emoji. Let's do, yay, police. Okay, with a police car. Let's go to the car. Let's have a look here. So that's the point. You get to see Bitcoin doesn't actually need to do a $1 million burst for it to have the positive effect on the world. But that's why I've got this. That's why my tweet is a controversial truth. The Bitcoin maxis won't tell you that. They'll tell you, well, you know, yes, we all need the government to keep screwing up and printing money to make our price go up. Otherwise, we don't win. It's sad, but it's funny at the same time. It's like you need the other guy to keep screwing up for you to have any reason. It's kind of like you're one of those You're an accounting firm and you deal with like bankruptcies and liquidations. Like, you need other people to fail. You're like, wow, yes, I make money because there's so many failures out there. You know, but hey, we're not here to judge. This is just what it is. You're just not going to hear. I'm telling you this now because you're like 14, 15 years into Bitcoin's life. You're not going to hear that story from them. They're not going to tell you, hey, because, you know, they won't tell you that story because if they do, your next logical conclusion is, you know what? If that's true, then I might need to explore other crypto. And they don't want you to do that. No, 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 no. Stay in the religion. What about Ethereum? See, Ethereum camp, they also believe, hey, they know the Bitcoin part, but now they're in the spotlight. Now Ethereum is in the spotlight. Let's use a cute Ethereum emoji. And Ethereum people, unfortunately, my prophecy, it ain't the kindest to them. It's good for everyone, but not for Ethereum maxi holders who are telling everyone, don't worry about all the other coins. Don't worry about alternative layer ones. They're all trash. They're all centralized. They're all grifts. We're going to win. It's very counter to that narrative. Ethereum was a public ICO. You send in Bitcoin, you put your little sacrifice money in, you get your Ethereum tokens. The Ethereum layer 2s were not of the Ethereum spirit. The Ethereum layer 2s, they are VCs, insider money, scum. Don't believe any of their stuff. Oh, we're insiders. Yeah. Oh, we're trying to help everybody. Public good. I don't believe it for shit. Do you believe it? Do you honestly believe it? After seeing everything we have in the industry, after seeing everybody betray us, I don't think anybody believes that junk anymore. Maybe in 2021, you might have believed it. No one believes it now. There's a treasury. There's insiders. There's deals. There's influencers who are going to shit it. We know. They use different words. That's it. Okay? They use different terminology to not spook the people, to let them know they're dumping. So that's why my controversial prophecy. Don't forget the next part is Ethereum. It's a decentralized public island. It's like a continent for the world. So Ethereum, so friends, look at this. Let's say in the world, there's going to be this KYC chain and this KYC chain. Let's say there's going to be two. We don't know what they are. Let's just call them 1 and 2. We've got no idea. The Ethereum camp believe they are going to be 1, okay? Or worst case 2. But hey, we've won. That's what they say. But let me put it to you like this. What if chain 1 and 2 don't exist yet? Or maybe their real version isn't even like what we think it's going to be in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. What if Ethereum's job is already done now? And what I mean is, little Ethereum sitting over here that we all think is going to kill it. Oh, take over the world. What if its job is to sit here and just be a public country and a blockchain out there? Yes, it's slower, but it's meant to do that. It's meant to be fully decentralized. It has a decentralization at all costs mantra, just like Bitcoin. And if you're decentralized, well, you sacrifice speed. It's true, right? So if your D is very, very big, you've got a very small S. So I'm going to put down arrow S. Okay. Bitcoin and Ethereum have maximum decentralization in their field. The Bitcoin camp will call Ethereum centralized, but let's not go down that level. Bitcoin, decentralization at all costs. It is. Ethereum, decentralization at all costs. And it's sacrificing speed. Okay? We know this. Ethereum camp thinks they're going to win, but I'm trying to open your mind because this is what I see. They probably don't win. They probably get toppled somewhere. Right? Now, the EVM standard, which is MetaMask and plugging in, yeah, maybe that catches on still because it's got the first mover effect. But do we have to buy ETH token? Do we? The tech is getting better. What if we don't need to always pay in ETH gas? What if other chains come up? Because you know what's happening, friends. So let's do this big arrow. I just want to show you. This is what's happening over time. If you see a trend, okay. So Bitcoin came. We're going to do this big arrow. Bitcoin came, and it was a huge decentralization arrow for Bitcoin. All right. This is going to be a decentralization mark. Bitcoin's was huge. All right. Let's do this. Bitcoin. See that giant big fat arrow. And then what happened was Ethereum comes along and says, let's add functionality, but we'll do like, we don't need to be super decentralized. We'll do it like that, okay? So this now, here comes Ethereum. Wow. But the game doesn't stop there. Are you noticing a trend? The game doesn't stop because we're seeing more chains come out. And we're saying, well, hey, what if we can go like a bit less decentralized than Ethereum? This is where you have everything. You're going to have Pulse Chain. You're going to have Solana, Cardano, BNB, Avalanche, everything. There's going to be just question marks with emoji question marks. There's stuff probably don't exist. We don't know. Everyone's trying that out. As you go up, see this speed? We're going to do this. We're going to have, if you have a speed for every single section, right? For each area, your speed for Bitcoin is obviously, your speed is a big fat down arrow here. And look, your speed is, you're a bit slower than Bitcoin. And look, these guys, they're like, hey, let's actually just crank up the speed. So that's what everyone's doing. You see what's happening here? They're increasing the speed over time and they're toggling it. They're tweaking it. Now, I don't know what the magic formula is going to be because we haven't seen a state actor or a government coming in attack. But it doesn't really matter because they're figuring it out. That's what I'm saying. That we're figuring out, okay, we don't need 1,000 units of decentralization like Bitcoin. Ethereum comes in and says, hey, let's put it like 500 units of decentralization, which is what they did. But now we're seeing entrepreneurs come in and say, all right, Ethereum's got 500 units of decentralization. Can we make it like 100? Some guys just make it like 10. Zero decentralization units. They're like, screw it, let's do maximum speed. But they haven't done the marketing right. And if you have zero decentralization, maybe just a few court orders and legal letters can get people to shut down certain things. So that's what we're still figuring out. But it doesn't take a genius to figure out this. Like, you can see this happening. You go, well, what Ethereum did to break the paradigm of Bitcoin, someone out there is going to do the same thing to Ethereum. Ethereum guys aren't going to tell this to you. They're not. They're going to tell you, hey, everything collapsed in 2021 and they're never, ever, ever coming back. Forget it. Ethereum wins. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. That's going to happen. I think our minds are going to be blown. Someone's going to figure out some new stuff and they're either going to piggyback off decentralization. Right? Just to give you an idea, if you know Richie Hart, right? How Richie Hart is doing Pulse Chain, if you listen to his language. So, by the way, I don't know if Pulse Chain is going to be the winner or anything. He says just-in-time decentralization. It means you leave the chain pretty low in decentralization units, but high in speed. And then, if you get attacked, so we're going to do swords. If you get attacked by the government, what happens is you can have some sort of emergency feature that spins up nodes and make yourself more decentralized. So yeah, you might slow down during that time, but the actor basically wastes their time. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? So when you're not getting attacked, it's cool. We're centralized, we're fast, we're big, right? And then if you do get attacked, there's a method to update it and bang, switch off, that's it. We've got multiples everywhere. I'm not exactly sure on how the tech's going to work, but I'm opening your mind here. See, if Ricardo Corazon is thinking about something like this now, like it's not going to take, you can already see in the next 10 years, someone's going to think about it. We're going to optimize for this. So the game's not over with Ethereum. I believe Ethereum's won. The EVM standard has won, but look, you've seen so much evidence now. Look, I'm blowing your mind now. I know I am. Like, look at all this stuff that's happening. But no one knows the true formula. That's why we're gonna stay in the game. We remain friends. Yes, we drink hot chocolate. Yes, we drink orange juice with 1, 3, or 5 ice cubes. We're gonna be here every step of the way. But the game's not over. It's not over. You can see this, man. They are changing the decentralization units over time to get away with it. So, at the end of the day, we've seen, okay, Bitcoin does its job and it doesn't need to go to $1 million, right? It can do its job, which is the good, like a good humanity public thing for the world, it can do it at 50K. All right. I'm saying the same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum actually doesn't need to go to like 20K plus. Yeah, it can go to like $6,000 or $8,000. It can, and then just like screw around. It can do that, right? But this is a very harsh reality for Ethereum maxis to swallow, because they're caught between a rock and a hard place. When they see this information, they'll either call me stupid, which is fair enough. I am stupid. I have a peanut brain. I'm completely aware of that. Or they look at themselves in their mirror and they're confused. And why are they confused? Because Ethereum maxi people pretend like they don't care about the price. They say, no. I just love decentralization so much. It so happened that we pumped up heaps. So basically, they got away with murder. Well, I'm telling you now, that was a one-trick pony for one cycle, and it ain't going to happen again, all right? If I'm telling you now, in the next cycle, it's going to be less euphoria for Ethereum, most likely. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, I hope I'm wrong and it goes to 30K. But look, from all the evidence we've seen, there's going to be less euphoria. Less euphoria than 2021 for Ethereum. And it might have a painful drop-off. So that's my prophecy. I'm telling you right now. I think the painful drop-off period in the next bear market for Ethereum, you're going to see the fangs come out. They're going to say, hey, Matic and all these other chains, they're just leeching off us, man. You got your own token? They're going to start saying that. They're going to start fighting each other. And I think there's going to be like public, I don't know how to use the word, shaming and memeing about like, hey, you guys said you weren't here for the price. What happened? You actually are here for the price. And then I promise you, there's going to be like different VCs, ETH maxis, angel investors. They're going to be pumping and dumping. Someone's going to get caught doing something, and it's just going to leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I'm here to tell you this early. I'm here to tell you I already know what they do. I know they care about the price. I'm telling you now. But I also see a big number of people in the community saying, no. They're all about decentralization and fixing the world. And I'm here to say, bullocks. Ain't no way, man. I know humans. And humans are here for the price go up. I ain't ever seen a group of people care about anything but the price go up. All right. They pretend not to, but they're here for the value increase. So I'm saying Bitcoin people, they can pretend all they want. They're not here for the price go up. They are. That's why they hate Ethereum going up against Bitcoin so much. And I'm telling you now, Ethereum, same thing. It's the exact same. So we're not here to judge. To conclude, not here to judge. Black, white, red, blue, don't care the color of your skin, religion, are you a pet duck named Greg, man, woman, they, them, zimzer, I don't care. I don't care what your pronouns are. I'm just letting you know, I can see this. I'm early. So I'm letting you know, all right? The beautiful part is most of you already know this deep down, okay? You already know, you're like, wait a minute, Ethereum, why are you paying me $130 to trade on Uniswap where I'm going to like lose anyway? 99% of your scammy coins on Ethereum go down, right? So you already know this. I'm just here to communicate with you. So don't lose sight of the picture. The torpedo of our mind is still on the bull market. However, we know we're not going to sleep, man. We already know the competition is still on. The circus is still here and the music's going to keep playing. And we're going to be here every step of the way. You tell your mum you love her, friends. I'll catch you next time.